Deadly Premonition and Postal 3 are some of my favorite games of all time. I think they may also be some of the best games in our medium. But according to recent standards provided by payment processors, they're assumedly unfit for sale, because they contain acts of rape, mutilation, and generally sexy, gory, and grotesque imagery or themes. In this video, I want to explain why they contain such intense content, why it's necessary that they do so, and how restricting artistic expression is ultimately a detriment to everything art stands for. So, Deadly Premonition is a horror-themed psychological thriller about gender, power, and the abusive social dynamics thereof. Agent Francis York Morgan is an abused, downtrodden individual who is unloved by women, but he does not let this trauma dictate his actions. Instead, he uses his power and masculinity to uplift and protect those around him. His villainous counterpart, George Woodman, is also an abused, downtrodden individual who is unloved by women, and this trauma fills him with a sense of entitlement. He thinks it's unfair that the world denied him the love and sex he craves, so he seeks to claim it forcefully by way of murder, rape, and rape murder. These actions of his are painted as twisted, depraved, reprehensible, and objectively obscene. The game takes a firm moral stance that George and all men who feel entitled to women are deranged manchildren, and we should not humor, condone, or abide their wickedness. The second act finale sees the player, as Francis York Morgan, detailing George's moral failings with an uncompromised sterility and sanity, dissecting his behaviors and exposing them for all their stupidity. Deadly Premonition's brutality and sexuality are entirely in service to these themes, and the game itself acts as a guideline for the darker and brighter sides of masculinity. To remove objectionable elements from the artwork would be to remove the art from the artwork. And Postal 3 is much the same way. The Postal series, but particularly the third entry, is exceptionally crass, bombastically blood-soaked, and intensely irreverent. It holds nothing sacred, mocking all people, belief systems, and ways of being with universal ruthlessness. Its primary mission statement is to portray the plight of the American everyman, stuck in a society where nothing is safe, sane, or soft. It feels as though the whole world wants them dead, even though they're just trying to make a living and get home to watch some TV or smoke or something. And these downtrodden men have a choice as the world falls apart around them. They can join in the carnage, wantonly mutilating every poor soul that crosses their path in the name of catharsis, or they can act with mercy and clarity, refusing to slay a single soul. In Postal 3, this choice is given to the player, enabling them to slaughter innocents and fall prey to hatred, or they can engage entirely in non-lethal gameplay, advocating for kindness in a dark and depressive world. Postal 3 is a mirror to humanity. It's only as violent as we are, and its vividly unpleasant themes are central to its satirical commentary. So yes, both Deadly Premonition and Postal 3 are superficially sick and sadistic, but they're also invaluable tools for introspection. They enable us to better examine who we are, why we live the way we live, and how we can be better. Their visceral nature only seeks to address the difficult questions we leave buried, forcing them to the surface. No art deserves to be censored, but provocative art should be censored least of all. If the restrictions proposed by payment processors are taken to their literal word or extrapolated, we will lose such games as these and many more like them, both now and in the future.